All right, it is our last Sunday Success Club check-in for the month. The 31st is last day of the month is next Saturday, and so far our team has helped 103 new people get started on their health and fitness journey. Leading the pack is Angela Waters at Success Club 14, and Sarah George also has Success Club 10 locked in. And at Success Club 8 is Jessica Warren, myself, and Miriam. And also at Success Club 6 is Tracy, Danny, Raquel, Lou, Danielle, and Kristen Bourgeois. And there's lots of people, just one person away from locking in Success Club, and lots of others on the board as well. Just stay focused this week on giving lots of value on your social media and inviting to your next group. If you don't talk about your next group, people won't know that there even is something that they can join. All right. Oh, and I know we had some new emeralds this week. I didn't see them get added on here, but congrats to the new, I know Shauna Thompson had 2 personally sponsored emeralds this week. And then congrats to Jen Moore, who I believe is in week 3 of 6 of Diamond, and Angela Waters, as well as almost a VIP Diamond.
All right, so I'm going to hand it over to Angela that I am so excited to learn from. I know we bring on a lot of people to give trainings, we have guest speakers, but what I'm so excited about for Angela is that she is a newer coach. She's going to go through her background and how she got started, but she's actively been coaching less than a year. And I think that's important for you to see, because I think sometimes it's easy to see people who've been in business for quite a while, but having somebody tangible that you can see who has just taken this by storm and really building a strong foundation is huge. I'm going to allow her to go more into her story, but she's lost 50 plus pounds. She is just a joy and a gem to work with. And I say this all the time, if you are on this team, I fully 100% believe without a doubt in my mind, you are here for a reason. You didn't just happen to stumble upon our team. I do believe there was divineness behind it. Even just in the way Angela and I were introduced, I do believe that was a divine intervention that I'm very thankful for. But I'm gonna get off the mic and let Angela take it over, because I know she has so much goodness to share for us. So go ahead, Angela.
Thanks. I'm gonna share my screen. Just let me know. I'm gonna put it in presentation mode. All right, can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. All right, I typed up what I'm gonna say, because if I didn't, we would be here till midnight, because I love to tell stories and I like to connect. But first of all, thank you to Raquel for asking me to share tonight. She did ask me to share, I don't know when that was last, and I pretty much told her no, because I did not feel that I was ready to be able to share, that I had enough to be able to share all with you. So from the time she asked me last till this time, I really did some deep reflection on what I'm learning as a new coach in this business. So much, I've learned so much about myself and about coaching from just the 8 active months that I've had. So a little bit about me is I am a Jersey girl, born and raised. My parents moved to Pennsylvania when I went to Penn State. So I bleed blue and white. Sorry if you don't like Penn State, but we are crazy Nittany Lion fans. I'm the 13th graduate in my family from Penn State. So pumped that Big Ten football is back. I met my husband. Unfortunately, he is not a Penn Stater, but I met him 2 weeks before I graduated. I was student teaching 2nd grade, and he was the really hot 3rd grade teacher down the hall in his 3rd year of teaching. I graduated from Penn State with my bachelor's in elementary ed. Oh, I forgot to turn my picture. And I graduated from St. Joe's University with my master's in instructional technology. I loved teaching 3rd grade. It was what I was supposed to be doing. I felt like I was totally living into my purpose. I did that for 6 years until I found out I was pregnant with twins. And at my baby shower at school, almost passed out, and my principal had to drive me to the OBGYN. And I never stepped foot back again in that school until it was time to clean out my classroom, because we decided that it was financially the smart move to stay home with twins than paying for daycare for 2 of them. Now, my husband left the classroom in a panic and switched to being an administrator because we had twins and I was going to be staying home. He's in his 15th year as an administrator. He started as an elementary school assistant principal, then he was the principal, then he was a middle school principal, and this year he is the principal of a high school with over 1,600 kids. And I'm telling you, it's not easy being a principal of a high school, but starting one in the pandemic has made our life insane. I also wrote and taught for 13 years, grad courses for 2 universities. I loved coaching, guiding, and leading teachers to be the best version of themselves in our profession. After 8 years of being home with raising my babies, I decided to start a network marketing side gig, selling jewelry, of which I didn't wear any. I'll talk more about that in a minute. Excuse me. We have 2 sets of twins, 2 years, 20 days apart. Our identical twin girls are Kaylin and Mackenzie, they're 14, and our fraternal boy-girl twins are Jackson and Emma, and they are 12. I am in love with my rescue dog, Minnie. If you've never seen her in my stories, she lights us up. She is a mix, a Rhodesian Ridgeback and a Rottweiler. She was my buddy when I was stuck on the couch and not walking for 5 months. More on that in a minute. Okay, so how I came to Beachbody. I have quite a history with Beachbody. I've battled my weight my entire adult life. I was never the skinny one in the group, and I now know I will never be the quote skinny one in the group. I can pretty much look at food and gain weight. I gained 65 pounds with my first pregnancy. I did lose it all, but I gained 85 pounds with my second pregnancy and did not lose it all. Couldn't get off that final 15. So in the summer of 2012, I took a course at the Y on health and fitness. It changed my life. For a year and a half, the same group of women took one class and then the next and then the next, and it was nutrition, and then we would go work out together. It was at that time I finally lost that 15 pounds, and I decided to be gluten and dairy-free mostly. I gained a little weight in the next 3 years. 2015, I was talking to my kid's teacher, and she was a Beachbody coach. So she said, most definitely I should get 21 Day Fix Extreme DVDs. Okay. I had no idea what any of it was, but I just said, okay. The containers came with a little tiny booklet that was supposed to change my life in terms of nutrition. I couldn't even get through the little booklet that barely had any words in it, right? And I put on that Extreme DVD, and I was like, hell to the no, am I doing what that crazy ass woman on the screen is doing? There's no way. I had no guidance from my coach, so I quit before I started. Early 2016, I then purchased 21 Day Fix DVDs, the regular version, and Shakeology from coach number 2. No support again. And then she stopped coaching. So I was still clueless on those dang containers, and I never started working out again. Fast forward to towards the end of the year, September, I fell down the stairs in a major rush out the door. I fell down our 3 stairs in the garage. I broke 5 bones and ruptured 4 ligaments in my leg, ankle, and my foot. I didn't walk on 2 feet for 5 months, and I gained a ton of weight. I started walking again in February of the following year. I was now at 191 pounds, my all-time highest weight ever. Then the following March, after I started walking in February, I purchased Shakeology with coach number 3. And I became a discount coach later that year when I learned about it. I was active in the group, but it took me a long time before I would even post a sweaty selfie. I just posted my sneakers or my weights each day. That's it. I was an off and on again challenger through May, but then in June when I turned 40, I decided to go all in. I started with 21 Day Fix, the original version, with no weights and completely modified. I was still in physical therapy, retraining my body to be able to move in the right way again. I did 9 rounds of 21 Day Fix, and then I did 3 rounds of Shift Shop, and I lost 50 pounds in 9 months. So by the fall, I was more active in the group than my coach was. I was commenting on everyone's posts every day when they were checking in for accountability. People were asking me to do Facebook Lives of my fridge and my pantry, so I was sharing that. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So I actually did inquire with my coach the following February about, okay, how do I become what you are, what you're doing? Because I really love the idea of supporting others plus having that accountability for myself. Well, he never responded. So I talked myself out of it anyway. And my husband, did a little research and just kind of looked at people's pages on Instagram and Facebook. And we both decided that I definitely couldn't coach because I wasn't the type to really take pictures of myself, like selfies. And I definitely would never be wearing a sports bra with nothing over top of it. There was just no way that my body was going to be doing that and then posting it for other people to see. So, and I certainly wasn't ever going to record my workouts. No way, no how. I was just taking pictures of my sneakers and my weights. So because my coach was no longer actively serving his group or answering messages, I finally, after 6 months of pretty much harassing him, I said, please switch me to somebody else. I don't know what to do. And I didn't want to call the company and tattle on him. After 6 months, he connected me with Raquel. And I do think God orchestrated all of this because I can't imagine being a coach under somebody else. I switched to her officially in October of 2018. So she'll tell you I was probably the worst challenger she ever had at the start. I was MIA for sure. I would come in full blown, do my workout for 2 days in a row, post those selfies 2 days in a row, and then I was gone for a month or two. I messaged her a million excuses because I always feel guilty if I say I'm going to do something and then I fall off or something. I messaged her. She wasn't harassing me. I was just messaging her saying, this is why I can't do it yet. This is why I can't do it yet. This is why I can't. Million excuses. Then I signed as a discount coach in April when Ultimate Portion Fix came out. Still the worst challenger ever. I false started between April and October so many times. That's of last year, 2019. I would work out for a week, then not. Containers for 3 days, then not for a month. My husband decided I was in such a bad place and I looked so sad all the time that he was going to start watching Ultimate Portion Fix on the iPad in bed, thinking that I would hear it and I would start doing it. Well, I wouldn't. I wanted no parts of it. I would go brush my teeth for 20 minutes in the bathroom while he watched Autumn teach him about nutrition. And then he decided that he was going to try the workouts too with Bod. He is a total gym rat, has worked out every day of his life since I met him. He's fit. And again, I'm the one that gains weight looking at food. So he fell in love with at-home fitness after turning his nose up to it all the other times I tried pressing play on a DVD for years. He ended up canceling his gym membership. I was still at my lowest low. He had lost 20 pounds doing UPF and I was in the gutter. I had gained back all that I had lost the first time, plus an extra 20 pounds. So now I have 70 pounds of extra weight on me that I shouldn't have. And I was having major abdominal pains and shooting pain in my back for 18 months straight. I was told that my blood work was perfect and that I was just set 41, and that's just what happens. After you turn 40, the weight comes on easy and it won't come off easily. So I ate my feelings and I just ate junk. It didn't help. I have endometriosis. I have Chiari malformation. I've got inflammatory things going on in my body, which junk doesn't need to add to it. I was the heaviest that I have ever been. I was at 210.6. I won't say 211. I had gone from a size 4 to a size 16. So I had all these fun little clothes from when I lost weight and they just sat in my closet to the point where I bought an external, like a freestanding wardrobe little rack that I put on the other side of my room for all my bigger clothes. I finally figured out when I found the third doctor who actually listened to me and told me I wasn't just getting older, that I had a 0% functioning gallbladder and that my body was treating it like an invader. When I actually had surgery in June of last year, it was completely covered in scar tissue. The surgeon said he had never seen anything like it. I was cleared to work out and exercise in September, but I had no motivation. Just because a gallbladder was taken out, I asked him how much it weighed. He said it was ounces. So that didn't help me with my weight loss. So I was still in a really, really bad place. And then in October, I saw someone post a picture of me and it was a side profile picture and I died inside. That was it. I had to do something. So I call October my soft start as a challenger. I use the containers sometimes, worked out sometimes, but November 4th, and I'll never forget it, was the first day of a challenge group and I was done with the BS and I went all in for myself. I had been crying almost every day from that August to November, and you wonder why. Gallbladder was out. I'm feeling better. But I not only still felt like crud, but I was at a time in my life where I felt completely lost. I felt like I had no purpose anymore outside of being a mom. I had nothing that was mine. I gave up on my career. I gave my whole career up in order to raise those babies. I had spent the last 6 years selling jewelry. Sorry, I have a timer on here and I got to make sure that I don't go over my time. It just turned off. I had spent the last 6 years selling jewelry with another network marketing company I was talking about. And I have no regrets. I grew so much from that experience, but I learned 3 things. I didn't like the retail side of it, but I loved encouraging and working with other women. Selling jewelry always felt salesy to me and very spammy, no matter how much you tried to pour into people and tell them how beautiful they were wearing the jewelry, which they did. It just didn't feel right with me. But empowering women was 100% my jam. And doing home shows, because we had to go into homes, set up the jewelry, do this whole talk, and then take orders. That gave me such anxiety every time I had to pack everything up and take it with me to someone's house and then lug it all into their house. But making connections and building new relationships with women completely filled me up. I was still in my jewelry company, but I had nothing left in me for it, no passion. I'm fiercely loyal though, so I wasn't leaving. In October, I told Raquel, I'm going to ask questions about the coaching opportunity, but do not ask me to actively coach because I'm not leaving my jewelry company. So please don't add me to your team page, and I'm not going to be on any of your team calls that I see in your stories. And then I heard a podcast that said, if what you're doing doesn't set your soul on fire, you aren't doing what you're meant to be doing. I watched Raquel's stories and I saw the coaching sisterhood, the opportunities that Beachbody offered with leadership, fun trips, team calls, power hours, fun swag, the passion that she had empowering women, all of it. And I thought, okay, so if I do this coaching gig, not only do I get all of that, but I'm going to have the best accountability ever to continue to take care of myself for as long as I'm a coach. Sign me up. But again, I wasn't leaving my jewelry company. So I told her the last week of November that I wanted to try it. So she added me to the team VIP page and I saw her live video where she was talking about this push to elite. I had no idea what this elite thing was, but I wanted to be a part of it. And she said something about making sure that we hit Success Club because that's what you're supposed to do. No idea what Success Club was. I didn't even know how to log on to the coach back office, but I wrote to her and I said, I'd like to hit Success Club to help you get whatever this elite thing is, of which I had no idea how to do either. And she said, okay, help 3 people get started. And this is where I'm going to share my Success Club journey with you. So she asked me to share my income first, just so that you could see from the beginning to now. And then I'm going to share with you my Success Club journey. I'm going to go fast. You're not going to hear the back and forth details about conversations that went on with these people and what we said and all of that. But I'm just going to share where things started so you can start to hear where you can find your people. Is this, yeah, that's Success Club, right? Yes. Okay. November, I just wanted to get 3 people because I wanted to help Raquel with this elite thing. And I figured I could just make a little money to pay for my product. So I talked to my dad who wanted Shakeology. My husband had no choice. He was going to sign up as a coach, my first coach. And then my best friend, Jen, who was listening to me and watching, we Marco Polo every single day. And I was talking about my journey with my own fitness and nutrition. And so she signed up with an Ultimate Portion Fix Challenge Pack. So I hit Emerald and I didn't even know what that really was, but that was exciting. But I still wasn't leaving my jewelry company. December, my other best friend, who I also Marco Polo with every day, she wanted to sign up to do the bar program. So she got the bar challenge pack. Now, up to this time, I still hadn't told anybody else, and there was no coaching announcement, and there definitely was no signs on social media that I was doing that. In January, I started putting in my stories that I was doing bar blend, but they were all still frame pictures. There was absolutely not one video. Pictures was enough. With my 2-pound weights and my chair. No lie, my pictures every day were 2-pound weights and my chair. And I just took different pictures around my chair each day holding my 2-pound weights. That's as far as we got. Sometimes I did my affirmation cards, meal pics, and meal prepping tips. I was just testing the waters to see if maybe I could do this coaching thing, still with the mindset that I'm not going all in, I'm just making money to pay for Shakeology. Definitely wasn't going to post any coach announcement or crazy thing like that. So then January, I hit Success Club 6. How did I do it? All 3 were from my Instagram stories. As crazy as it was, those crazy bar blend pictures and the motivation, the affirmation cards and my meal prep pics were enough for 3 people to say, sign me up. I want to do this with you. Then at the end of January, I was asked to be on a Team Cup team. I had no clue what that was. And if I don't know all of the details ahead of time, I have a very hard time committing to things. But I said yes, very, very afraid, because it was Raquel who asked me. And I couldn't screw this up right at the start by telling her no. So I knew I couldn't let my team down. So I had to figure out what I needed to do. And so I hit Success Club 8 in February. 1 was from a text conversation where it just naturally led into that because she was asking about healthy eating. And 3 were when I finally made my Facebook coach announcement on February 23rd. 3 people in that last couple of days reached out and signed up. The coach announcement is where I call the beginning of my active journey with coaching. In March, I hit Success Club 5. 1 was from my Facebook stories, and 1 was me being social on someone else's stories. Do you remember March when everyone was doing that push-up challenge? I just went in and was being just encouraging and supportive. And I just said, you go, girl. That's all I said. She wrote back. She asked me, she said, oh, I see that you're doing workouts. Do you have BOD? Yes, I do. She did too. She was just signed up randomly, had no coach, switched to me. And that's what got me through in March. Oh, and 1 retention point from Team Cup. Then April came, Success Club 10. Once I hit Success Club 10, I was not going back to 5 ever again. It felt too good to be able to get Shakeology leads and then to go back to 5 and not get Shakeology leads anymore. I couldn't do that. So I hit 10 in April, and it was 2 Instagram stories, 2 Facebook posts, and 1 referral. And then in May, Success Club 12, it was 3 from my Instagram stories, 1 from my Facebook coach announcement in February. She wanted to talk a lot. We talked on the phone like once a week, my Maria, for 3 months, but she did finally commit. 1 was from my Facebook stories, and 1 was from a Facebook post where someone asked in the comments, what are you doing? And then in June, I hit Success Club 18. It was from Instagram stories. I got very bold. Laura Simon held a power hour. And so this was the part I ignored in power hours, which was reaching out to people to share the coaching opportunity with them. But she said that she wanted to see us on our screen doing this, sending voice messages to people. And now I really could have just pretended like this and she never would have known, but I am a rule follower. So I freaking did it. And I got 2 coaches from it. And 1 is Erica Odell, who is very active right now. And 1 is actually working on her own challenger journey first before she starts doing the coaching side of it. 1 was from my Facebook stories. 2 were from a Facebook post. 1 was already a BOD customer of mine, but she saw everyone drinking Shakeology in the challenge group. And so she got Shakeology. And then 2 were retention points from Team Cup. And then I have no more history to share with you in terms of Success Club. I stopped there with my digging back in my history. But July, I will say this, July I had Success Club 15, and 2 of those people were really important because they were challengers who signed up as coaches, because I heard during a training, which I don't know why this was such a light bulb moment for me because it's pretty obvious, but challengers make your best coaches, especially the ones that are getting results and are loving what they're doing. So I reached out to 2 people, and no, actually I reached out to 1, and then there was another one that I had on my list, and I just wasn't ready to say anything to her yet. And she reached out to me from what? The first time on a Thursday when I ever recognized the fact that it was payday and rank advancement day. It was the first time in my stories that I actually, with my Energize in the Morning, put it in the description and talked about how blessed I am to be able to work with women. And she, from that, messaged me right from that slide. And that's how she started her coaching journey. And those 2 people, I'm sure you've seen, Lindsay and Kate Piesick. People also asked me from August, when I did hit Success Club 30, okay, first of all, how'd you do it? And second of all, was it a lot of customers you already had? Valid questions. So I hit 30 because I was the captain of a Team Cup team. And so we are saying on our Zoom call what we were hitting. And so I had hit 15 the month before. And I don't remember who I heard that said double it. It might've been Jess, but someone said double it. So I was like, oh crap. I hit 15, I'm gonna have to double it to 30. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna hit 30. And they're all like, what? I'm like, crap, now I have a team full of my coaches, and I just said I'm hitting Success Club 30. So I'm telling you, if you just make something public, you're more likely to hit it because it's out there. It was 12 brand new clients and 3 customers who had purchased challenge packs again after 6 months. September, I hit 26. It was 11 brand new clients. But the most exciting thing about September was I had my first 2 complete strangers from Instagram who signed up with challenge packs. So I'm telling you, when you work and you do what they say in the power hours, because I didn't start really committing to power hours till July, and I still wasn't doing the expanding part. I was just connecting with the people I already knew, and that was it. I was not expanding my network at all. I was not a professional friend maker at all. And it wasn't until July that I started to do that. So in September, I had my first 2 strangers from Instagram. In October, I've already had 2 strangers from Instagram, and now another share cart went out tonight for a 3rd one. So I'm pretty pumped about the fact that these freaking power hours work. You just have to do them regularly. Okay. So what did you notice? It's obvious. It's doing Instagram stories. It's making sure that your stories go to Facebook as well. It's conversations. Hold on one second. I'm going to move that. Conversations in real life. It's making sure that you're making posts, although I am not a model of posting regularly yet, so don't go looking there. Say yes to opportunities that are going to help you grow. I said yes to push groups. I said yes to this Achievers Club. I had no idea what it was, but it was that Achievers Club in March, right when the pandemic hit, where one of the things on the checklist said, post your freaking workouts. And I was like, oh crap. I said I was never going to post workouts. And so March 18th was the first time I posted a workout, and that's when my business started to grow faster. Challengers make great coaches. Show your journey, be consistent, have a call to action in your stories daily, and follow up. All right, so what have I learned in the last 8 months of actively coaching? Be on your own journey and share it. I've lost 58 pounds since October of last year. I've gone from a size 16 to a size 6. I feel amazing. I'm happier than ever. I feel fulfilled. I feel a sense of purpose again. And I want everyone to feel this way. So even if you don't have any weight to lose, I bet Beachbody has in some way changed you for the better and still working on you, right? You have to share that. Your ideal client is usually an old version of you. I talk to the old me all the time in my posts and in my stories. Your journey is the proof that they need to see. They need to be able to see that to have hope that they can do it too. Create predictability in your stories. The one thing that Raquel doesn't know this, but she's going to know it now, is I watched her stories every day. And if she didn't post her workout by a certain time, I'm like, oh crap, Raquel didn't work out today. Meanwhile, I wasn't working out yet. There is a sense of comfort in the people you have grown to know on Instagram in their stories that you look for certain things that they do every single day. So remember that when you're doing your stories, and take care of you. Get super focused. Envision your own transformation if you haven't had it yet, and go for it. Go all in. Be an encourager. I got to check my time. Just cut me off if I, Raquel, what happens if I go over?
It's so good. Just keep going.
Do you need me to do a series part 2?
No, you're good. Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Be an encourager, even if you're on the struggle bus. Okay. So if say you see another coach that's struggling, they either post something on the team page or in a pod that you're in, I'm going to say, don't jump on the struggle bus with them. Okay. Starting a Me Too thread only creates feelings of doubt for everyone that sees it and doesn't help anyone to overcome the struggle. So if you're struggling just like somebody else is, and they've already said it in the feed or wherever, be a problem solver, reach out to your upline to find out how you can overcome that struggle, and then decide what are you going to do. Reach out to that fellow coach, encourage them, and then ask if you can work together to figure things out. You can say something like, you know, I felt how you feel. I feel how you feel. I know how you feel. I felt the same way. But what I found was when I did X, Y happened. So, and it's okay to feel bad for yourself. We all have moments of, you know, that pity party. Just do me a favor. We say this in my house, don't go moving in, unpacking, and start freaking decorating. Acknowledge that you feel bad, throw your 1-minute pity party, and then you've got to move out and move on. Take the word try out of your vocabulary. So I heard this on a podcast at the start of my active coaching journey. And so I started incorporating this. Game changer. Anything that you're asked to do or you're challenged to do, you're either going to say, I'm going to do it, or I'm not going to do it. But when you say, I'll try, you leave it to chance and you leave an out for yourself. So that if you don't feel like doing it, you said you would try, you never said that you would do it. So take commitment, because commitment leads to action and action leads to results. Be okay with being a beginner. Embrace the suck. And anything is messy when you're just getting started. You do not have to have your ducks in a row, and I am the queen of wanting to have every duck in a row. Figure out what's going to work for you in order to be consistent and take daily action. I had analysis paralysis at the start of my coaching journey. I was looking at coaches who have been in for 5 or more years. I felt like I needed to embody everything they did in their stories. And believe me, Raquel got 3,000 questions from me when it came to just showing my Instagram stories and how she did this and how she did that. I am a former perfectionist. Don't. You just have to embrace where you are and know that one day you will be in a different place, knowing and learning new things. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm behind. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. I also had extreme fear of what other people would think of me. And then one day I thought, after hearing a podcast, what happens if no one else saw what you were posting in your feed or your stories? Like nobody. Would you take more risks? Would the fear disappear? And my answer was yes, duh, I'm the only one that's seeing it. So why not just act like that? Just do it. You know that quote that says, dance like nobody's watching? So now you're going to post like nobody's watching. Plus, most of those people we're worried about seeing our posts are usually in the cheap seats. They're not down in the arena with you doing the hard work through the blood, sweat, and tears. So honestly, I hate to say it, and it might sound mean, but who cares what they think? You will never be criticized by someone who's doing more than you. You're only going to be criticized by people who are doing less than you. So that's on them, not you. If you're not using video in your stories, start immediately. Get vulnerable, be determined, focused on your own journey, share it. People are watching. They're watching to see if you're consistent. They're watching to see if you add value to them. Stories are the best way to build like, know, and trust. The majority, if I had to break it down, most people came from my stories. You need to leave fear behind. There's over 331 million people that live in America right now, and that's just America. We can do Canada, France, and the UK. If you're worried about what some of your friends think, I hate to tell you, but they're probably not your people. Go find new people. Be social, encourage others, inspire others. You've got to be a light for other people. Figure out who you really are. Let people truly get to know who you are past just making shakes, working out, and being on weekly team calls. I sat down to brainstorm who I really was because I heard a podcast about branding yourself and who you are. And I'm like, oh gosh, I don't even know who I am. So it took me a while to create a full list, but I honestly think that my health and fitness journey has helped me to uncover so much more about me. So what makes you significant? Who are you? Your family, your significant others, kids, pets, friends, likes, dislikes, schooling, obsessions, hobbies, talents, fun facts, pet peeves, quirks, childhood, all of it. Share it, because that's how people connect, and people long for belonging and connecting. And so when they have some connection with you, they feel like you're like internet BFFs. Show up as that person. Don't worry about what other people think of you, and just keep showing up as that person with no apologies. Fail forward. There are no fails, only learns. So I use this with my challengers because I don't want to see them beat themselves up after maybe like a bad weekend where they indulged too much, had too many zings, hadn't worked out in days. I tell them what John Maxwell says: sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. Embrace your fails and turn them into learns. I don't think learns is the real word, but we embraced it in our challenge group. If you can learn and grow from a situation, honestly, I call that a win. Surround yourself with professional development, podcasts, audiobooks. Listen to those while you're in the shower, blow drying your hair, putting on makeup, prepping food, doing laundry, cleaning, driving, all the things. And if your kids are hearing it, great. They're only going to become better people from listening to it. Stop the comparison game. No one is perfect as much as their Instagram may make you think so. Trying to be perfect all the time would be exhausting. Guys, you could have a future challenger out there thinking that they can't join you because you're perfect. Be vulnerable because someone else needs that from you right now. And I'll just give you a few examples. I am the Hot Mess Express. Okay. My inbox currently, don't judge, has 5,967 unread emails that makes my husband and my son cringe. Okay. I had the max internet browser tabs open on my iPhone to the point where it told me I couldn't open any more. Before it was, it's unlimited now. So who knows how many I have, but before it was 500 tabs, right? 500. I've left dirty dishes in the sink overnight. I've lived out of my clean clothes laundry basket without ever folding them, and I've gotten through the whole basket. I've eaten chocolate for lunch. I've worked out before bed because I avoided it all day. I'm the procrastination queen. I do work well under deadlines. Sometimes I haven't posted in my stories all day, but I have content. I have stuff on my camera roll. So then I batch post at 10, 11 o'clock at night from the whole freaking day. Sometimes my bathroom isn't clean for weeks. It's okay. We're in a pandemic because really no one's going to see my bathroom except for my family anyway. Brene Brown says vulnerability is not about winning. It's not about losing either. It's about having the courage to show up when you can't control the outcome. No more victim mentality. All right, here's another one. You're not allowed to say the word try anymore. You're also not allowed to say, I can't do that yet because I don't have blank. Or I'm not like that, so I can't do blank. Or when I have this, then I'll be able to do that. Guys, it's total victim mentality. Honestly, it feels really good to let yourself off the hook. I'm the first one to admit that. So victim mentality feels good, but you need to ask yourself, am I willing to look at the situation from a different perspective? Is there some way that I can get there without having X, Y, or Z? Embrace being a beginner, starting where you are, just like we approach challengers. If you had a brand new challenger who wasn't eating healthy or hadn't worked out in years, would we start them with 6 weeks of the work? No. Would we start them with carb cycling? No. So why are we expecting ourselves to show up as if we've been in business for 5 years already? We're in our first year. Utilize what's being offered to you. Be consistent and freaking schedule. If you don't have a calendar, ladies, print the rest of the year that you can find online and then buy yourself a planner for next year. Use the Success Club tracker. If you're not, you're ridiculous. You need to print 52 of them for the new year for sure and go to your local office place and have it bound so you have it for the whole year. This opportunity is crazy good if you're consistent all month long, not just the last 7 days of the month. Make it a goal to hit Success Club 5 by the 10th and Success Club 10 by the 20th. Raquel has heard me freak out on the 10th when I haven't hit Success Club 5 yet. And she's also heard me freak out when I haven't hit 10 by the 20th. But what we do now, and I'm learning this from analyzing numbers on our back office, but what we do now is going to affect us in 2021. So don't hold off and say, I'll just start, I'll rev up in January. Please don't. I keep telling my team that. Don't load up now. There's no time like the present. Monday morning wake-up calls. If you're at work, totally understand. But you're going to pretend that Monday morning, the wake-up calls that happen every Monday at 11 a.m., that they're happening for you on Monday night at 7 p.m. And you're going to schedule them into your calendar as if they're live and that you can't miss it. And every single Monday night at 7 p.m., you're going to listen to that wake-up call. Sunday team calls. If you're watching this recorded because it's too late for you, especially if you're on the East Coast like us, that maybe your Sunday team call is at 6 p.m. before the Monday morning wake-up call at 7 p.m. And you're going to watch the recording on Monday. And you're going to show up as if it's live and it depends on you being there. Schedule these things weekly and don't let yourself out. Show up for your business. Show up for power hours. If you can't get on any live power hours, guys, there are tons. Just search Power Hour Beachbody or Action Hour Beachbody, tons on YouTube, as well as the Beachbody Champions page. They actually have a units section and they're under units. Just go find them. All right. Raquel has really helped me with this one because I was not dreaming big before. Dream big, set goals, and create an action plan. Keep that dream in front of you all the time and don't forget it. Write it out every single morning, put it on Post-it notes, stick it around your house so that you see it and you're reminded of it. Make sure that your family knows about it too so that they can remind you of it. And then you just can't set this lofty goal and then leave it to chance. You have to reverse engineer your goals. So for example, those of you who are pushing for diamond by the end of the year, you obviously have to hit it by November 19th, right? So that you can hold it for 6 weeks. That's 3.5 weeks away and totally doable. You need to see how many coaches you need, how many emeralds you need, then divide it by the last 3 weeks. Give yourself that last half just to pull in the extra, energy at the end. Divide it by the next 3 weeks to figure out what you need to be doing weekly. But then you can't just say, oh, I need to, have 2 coaches a week for the next 3 weeks. You need to make quantifiable actions. Don't just leave goals. You have to have quantifiable actions so that at the end of every single week, you can say, did I do that? For example, I shared the coaching opportunity with 6 people, or I did a power hour every single day except for Sunday. You can measure those things. You've got to focus on your actions and not the outcome, because the outcome can bring you down if it's not going exactly the way you had planned. So, in conclusion, Beachbody is, guys, I've already had experience with another network marketing company. Beachbody is an amazing opportunity to make an income for you and your family. But honestly, truly, more than anything else, this is freaking heart work. Like, there are people that are slaving away at jobs that they hate. And we get to do stuff that is all heart. I know that there's challenge packs involved, so there is a sale, but I honestly don't find it salesy or spammy at all. I can't wait to be like, yay, we're doing this for you. I can't wait to get you started. That challenge pack transaction is just the beginning of a relationship and the opportunity to have such an impact on not only that person, but everyone that they come into contact with. We have the tools to help people be the best versions of themselves, all while getting to take care of ourselves. So I have a challenge for you guys for the week until our next team call. I'm going to challenge you to take major action this week. Okay. I'm going to create a post on the team page. I'm going to pin it to the top. And every time you do major action or some kind of action that related to this training, you're going to pop it into the comments. Feel free to add a picture, share your excitement. I want to see total momentum in this last week of October. So guys, action over fear, action over excuses, action over limiting beliefs. You have to trust the process. It does work, and you just need to freaking do it. That's all. I'm sorry I went over. I timed myself a million times and it still didn't come out.
No, it was so good. So good. I think everything all of us needed to hear wrapped up in one. So you go on with your bad self. You can talk all night long. Incredible. The chat is just blowing up saying, amazing. Thank you. So good. Love this. I'm excited for that challenge. I think a good call to action is great. Like, challenge us and then let's hold ourselves accountable, because we know accountability is the key. But I just absolutely love this. Does anyone have any questions or anything they want to ask Angela? She is a rockin' good time. I also just want to say thank you for letting ourselves off the hook and letting us know it's okay to be a hot mess and we can still be uber successful in this business.
Guys, the tornado took part of our roof off and it still hasn't been fixed yet. Our entire contents of our attic are on our first floor. If you could see, like, this is so nice, right? Totally. I must have a really clean house, right? You have no idea. Seriously, right? It's everywhere. It's in my office. I can't even get in my office. The whole front room. We're a freaking hot mess.
I love it.
And this has been since August.
I love it. Okay, so we have a question. Do you ever have clients who ghost you? And if so, how do you get them back on track?
Clients. So like they're already in my, yeah, I do. We do coach check-ins every single Friday, and it is their job to reach out to me. But if I haven't heard from them for 2 weeks in a row, I do reach out to them. I do have one that she will ghost me for months, but I see that she watches my stories every single day. So I feel like I still have a connection to her. So sometimes my stories are directly are shout outs to her, even though she I don't say her name or anything. And then all of a sudden one day I'll get her and she'll message me and she'll say, I'm back in. And with those people, I don't go full force. We take baby steps. So I said, can we work on water this week? And she's like, I can do water. So we start with just water. And then it's just one-to-one check-ins. And I know it's more work, but I really want her to be successful. And then the next week, it's just veggies, but she won't do 4 veggies. It's literally, she says, 2's my max right now. All right, we're doing 2. And so sometimes it's just a matter of reaching out and just not giving up on these people.
So good. Heart work, like you mentioned. That's what we do. I love it. All right. Anything else? This was so great. I can't wait to post a recording. This is one that you can definitely come back in and even grasp even more content that she just gave so much of. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you for showing us what's possible. I think
Thanks
that's
for
what I love
asking me.
most about you, just seeing your transformation. Not only is it incredible that you've lost 58 pounds, like that's huge in and of itself, but the fact that you've like really gone all in this year, really, in 8 months, and what you've been able to do, and just seeing where I know you're going to continue to take it. It's inspiring to all of us, but I hope what we found here in this call is that it is all possible. Doesn't matter when you start, doesn't matter if you had weight to lose or no weight to lose. It is possible. Success in this business is available for everyone if you're willing to just get out of the way, take action, and go for it. So thank you. Awesome. Angela, go ahead and post that in the Team VIP page, and I'm excited to see all of us commenting this week. All right. Y'all have a great rest of your night. Bye, guys.
Bye.